Hey, honey,
Yes, Barry?
let's get out of here.
Where are we going?
Where do we always go?
Este ritmo de palmas, sin naturaleza, hasta encontrar la playa. Por eso grito al mundo, yo soy de Puerto Vallarta. Samba de Puerto Vallarta, noche de arrullo en el mar. Samba de Puerto Vallarta.
Hello, fellow travelers, and welcome to this episode of the Puerto Vallarta Travel Show. I'm your host, Barry Kessler, and I'm just so happy to be introducing you to my favorite vacation destination. Maybe it's even yours, and that's Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. The music you're listening to is performed by Alberto Perez, and Alberto is the owner of the Lapa Lapa group of restaurants here. Those are the Lapa Lapa, Puerto Vallarta's oldest restaurant on the famous Los Muertos Beach, and the El Dorado Restaurant and Beach Club right next door. So you can enjoy that fantastic view of the Los Muertos Pier, all lit up at night in beautiful colors, or during the day in its grand splendor for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, seated with your toes in the sand right at the water's edge. It's so romantic. It's so Puerto Vallarta, my friends. This week, I'm going to take you on a little adventure to a destination restaurant called the Ocean Grill. We've talked about the Ocean Grill briefly some time back when we took that hike from Boca de Tomatlan to Las Animas, right? Well, you're going to meet the owner and the creator of the Ocean Grill. His name is Ernesto Paulsen. We're also going to hear from our friend Edgar Rivas, who is going to fill us in on the upcoming Brewmaster Festival coming to Puerto Vallarta. But before we get to that, let's see what's happening this week in Puerto Vallarta, the 8th of November, 2019. You may remember I was discussing the lack of lighting on the Los Muertos Pier for the 2 weeks that I was in Vallarta back in October. And then last week I announced that the lights were back on. But for some time, the maintenance of the Los Muertos Pier has been a real sticking point in Puerto Vallarta. Everybody was pointing fingers at everyone else as to, basically who was in charge of the maintenance of this thing that has become pretty much an icon in Vallarta. And they were wondering, who was in charge. Was it the Boat Owners Association? Was it the municipal government? Whose responsibility was it? And, almost from the beginning, there were issues with the pier. There was corrosion issues. Lights were being stolen. They were burning out and so forth. There's been a lot of concerns as to the stability, of course, of that sail structure. And, whether or not if a good wind came by, maybe it would blow down, right? Well, it looks like help has finally arrived in the form of money, funds, pesos. Let me read an article that I found in Spanish. I translated it as best I could for you. It's from a Facebook post regarding just that and more. It's from Bahia Observatory, dated October 30th. Approval of the agreement for an interstate metropolitan zone in the Bahia, it reads. The agreement was authorized with the Office of Conventions and Visitors here in Vallarta for the maintenance of the Los Muertos Pier. The City Council approved in ordinary session the coordination agreement for the installation and operation of governance instances in the interstate metropolitan area of Puerto Vallarta, Banderas Bay, which will be signed by both municipalities, state governments of Jalisco and Nayarit, and the Ministry of Agrarian, Territorial, and Urban Development to officially give way to the creation of the country's first interstate area. Mayor Arturo Davalos proclaimed that projects that are already being promoted from this metropolitan area, such as the construction of the Federation Bridge that will link Vallarta with Banderas Bay, will begin to become a reality after its approval last Tuesday in the national competition that was carried out among 72 zones throughout the country, speaking of the joint work that is already carried out for both communities. He said that December, the agreement will be carried out. Davalos thanked all the councilors for their support in order to make the metropolitan area possible. That'll help us knock on doors, to pull resources, to participate in national projects, he said. He indicated that other projects in which both municipalities have already agreed on is the issue of water supply, which seeks to guarantee through a new radial well or dam in the Mascota River canyons, as well as the construction of 3 bridges in the Guayabo Pass to connect from San Jose to Ixtapa. Then there are many projects that we will have to be competing at the national level with other metropolitan areas to be lowering expenses precisely through the federal government and the states, the mayor said. Another of the points approved in this session of the City Council is the finalization of a collaboration agreement with the Office of Conventions and Visitors of Puerto Vallarta AC, so that the municipality receives resources for 2,850,145 pesos for the integral maintenance of the Los Muertos Pier, which was applauded by the municipal president because after a long wait, this investment will finally allow the Office of Conventions to intervene and service the pier, which is a tourist icon of the municipality. In this regard, the Director of Public Works, Oscar Castellon Rodriguez, explained that in this first stage, protection works will be done because after a physical analysis of the substructure, it was determined that most important was the placement of new cathodic protection that prevents the corrosion and rust of the metal structures. They will be cleaned of shells and mollusks embedded in the 38 columns and anodes with a 5-year shelf life will be installed. In addition, 40 of the 140 lamps placed at the base will be replaced. He added that in recent days, personnel from the maintenance team put into operation the lighting of the sail, which is what we saw, you guys. The signing of the collaboration agreement with the Coordination, Command, Control, Communications, and Computing Center of the state of Jalisco was also authorized by a simple majority with the purpose of implementing an emergency call center in the municipality, where monitoring will be maintained through video cameras by municipal, state, Army, National Guard, Marine, state, and municipal civil protection authorities. For this purpose, the first of 66 cameras of nearly 120 will be placed on the main roads of the port, and some are already installed. The creation of the municipal system for the integral protection of the rights of girls, children, and adolescents was also approved. So there we go. I have a link to that article in the show notes. And, just so glad to see that somebody's taking responsibility for the maintenance of that pier. Very happy to see that there is cooperation between the states of Jalisco and Nayarit, and great solution there with the tourism board. Very, very nice. Maybe, if I have any luck, I'll have the mayor on the show, and we'll talk about that and more early next year. So stay tuned for that. I'm working on it. Our friend Rabina Oliver from La Serena Reina, the bathing suit shop, the Mermaid Queen, she's celebrating season 13 over there. Lucky 13. So congratulations, Rabina. I actually stopped by and saw her while I was in Puerto Vallarta. I took some pictures of her new styles, of her inventory there, and I have them in the show notes, so go to the website, check out the pictures. But better yet, go on over to Juarez 174, which is, across the street from our favorite little bank, Banco Azteca. That's where they will actually, if you walk in there with American dollars or Canadian dollarettes and your passport, you can get pesos, and that's the place to go. And across the street is where Rabina's place is. So 13 years, way to go, you mermaid queen. I stopped by the smallest little taco stand in Puerto Vallarta. Also, while I was there, Tino Perez's place, La Banqueta, on Libertad, just off of Juarez, just around the corner from Rubino's place. And as I reported earlier, he also moved into a new restaurant right next door to his closet of a taco stand. You know, the smallest taco stand in all of Puerto Vallarta. Now he has a real sit-down restaurant right next door. So no more fighting about his one stool out front, you guys. He's got a bunch of tables. And as well as his tacos de birria dorados, he makes them, I guess, 4 for 45 pesos. He also makes delicious tortas. He makes sandwiches, too. So I have pictures of his new setup, and I've got a map, of course, that'll take you right to the front door. He still has that little taco stand, that little closet right next door, and he's got both of them running. He's got the closet for fast food, you know, for people who want to do the stand-up taco thing in the street, and for takeout, too. And the restaurant is where you can actually sit down and relax. So way to go, Chino. Way to go. Check it out. Check out the pictures. Mi Cafe is going to be reopening this weekend, we hope. That is the word that I get from Adalberto over at Mi Cafe on Madero in Aguacate. He tells me that he expects to be reopening this weekend. He did, as I reported a couple weeks back, he did a big expansion. He did a nice remodel job. And he even has a new logo. Anyway, go to my post, and you can see it there. Also, I'm waiting for some pictures. He's going to send me some new pictures, and he'll get those to me hopefully this weekend. So fingers crossed for Adalberto and for Mi Cafe. I can't wait for his French toast. When I get those pictures, I'll make sure I'll post them on the Puerto Vallarta Travel Show Facebook page. So look for that. If you haven't already liked the page, go over there, like it, and you'll get all of the information as it comes out. A couple weeks back, I told you about listener Hillary, who wanted to interview me for an episode of the podcast. As you may or may not remember, I wasn't sure if I wanted to do it, but I left it to all of you to make the decision, and it seems that a bunch of you want Hillary to interview me, and not one single one of you said no. Except for me, of course. Anyway, so I am sending a microphone over to Hillary against my better judgment, but we'll see. Anyway, we'll try to slip that episode in to the rotation in the coming weeks. So here comes that microphone, Hillary. Here it comes. It seems that every time that I come to Puerto Vallarta, my friend Edgar Rivas has something planned. You know, he's got a surprise up his sleeve every time I come down. It's either a festival for ceviche, or he's grilling meat, or he's having a raicilla festival. Well, this time it's beer, and it's the Brewmaster Festival, which is going to be on the Rio Quale. It's coming up soon. So let's hear what Edgar has in store for us this time. Let's go to Vallarta Factory, where I met up with Edgar, and let's have a cool drink, see what's brewing. Hey, Edgar. Thanks for coming on the show again. Man, you're like been on this show like 4 times already.
I think
maybe more, right?
This will be the 5th time, I think, my friend. It's always a pleasure to talk to you, and when it's, of course, the time to see you in Vallarta, of course, always to see you in person.
Yeah.
Sometimes we do it online, but today we have the chance to do it in person.
Yeah, excellent. And I want to thank the people over at Vallarta Factory for letting us do this little segment here. Nice and quiet and peaceful and air-conditioned.
Air-conditioned. You need it in this season, eh?
All right, so we're having Brewmasters coming back, are we?
Sure, it's now in November. We're having the 3rd edition of the Brewmaster Festival. It's been a huge success in the last 2 years. So, we're growing every year. And, we have good news this year. It is step by step, no? Every year we grow it sometimes. So this year, actually, we're going to have 15 breweries. We have 15 breweries coming to the event. Of course, there's people from all around Mexico. We have 3 breweries from Vallarta. We're going to have Indecente. It's a very new one, brand new. It's just young guys doing their own beer. they brew. It's unfortunately there's not like a bar where you can go, etc. But you know, they're starting with the movement. So in the time we will see the product in some places, bars, etc. around town. So we're having Indecente, Los Cuentos. You guys know the Los Cuentos. This time they have a third beer. They're having a stout. They are introducing the stout style on this year. And we're having Cerveza Vallarta, which these guys, last year they had only the pale ale style. And this year they are coming also with a stout. So we're having two styles from Cerveza Vallarta. We have people from Guadalajara. It's very interesting how it is growing. So we're making noise in Guadalajara. And we're having 5 breweries. There's 5 breweries coming.
All right, man.
Yeah, no, it's going. So we have 5 breweries from Guadalajara. So it shows the interest from the breweries to come here to Vallarta, only 5-6 hours driving. But it shows the interest about these companies, these breweries, because they want to come here and promote what they are doing, what they have, and of course to try to place the beer, the brand, in the local bars, no?
Right.
It's interesting, no? So we're having that mix. How can I say? It is an interesting mix.
Yeah, it is.
Of breweries. We have Outlan, Jalisco, a little town in Jalisco. We have some people coming from Outlan. One brewery, one from Tepatitlan, Jalisco, another little town, 8 hours from here. What else we are having? We have some people from Monterrey. We have a brewery from Monterrey. Sayulita, of course, Jambak from Sayulita. It is very popular.
Yeah.
They've been coming to all the editions, so of course they can miss the third one. So in total it will be 14, and of course, apart other than the breweries, the craft beer, we're having also mixologies. We have 2 special guests, 2 mixologies. We're going to have 2 stands doing mix cocktails. We have Alquimista, which is a cocktail bar in Nuevo Vallarta, and our very, very special guest from Montreal, from the south part from Montreal, the Octembull Festival. I had the chance to be at the Octembull Festival in Mascouche, in Montreal, last August. It was a very nice experience. So this year, in November, Octembull Festival is coming to the Brewmaster Festival, Puerto Vallarta.
Nice.
Doing some promotion, making noise. That's what we like, make some noise. And of course, they're having no craft beer. Something interesting. They're gonna have a gin, artisanal gin. They will bring some artisanal gin, and they were having some cocktails. So it's gonna be an interesting stand. Yeah, because they will have something
different, something not a Mexican liqueur or liquor. It's gin, right? So.
Exactly, it's a gin, and it's from Montreal area. Because part of the Octembull Festival in Montreal is about breweries and of course mixologies. Yeah, they mix a little bit the concept. So in this case, we've been working for the last 2 years with the Octembull Festival. So every year they come, then I go, they come. So next year, Brewmaster Puerto Vallarta will be in Montreal. So let's try to co-work and make it international. Yeah, that's the idea, to grow, as I told you in the beginning, to grow every year a little by little. So of course we can miss good food. We're gonna have very tasty Mexican food, tacos, of course, as always. Yeah, tacos de pastor, asada, as always, the traditional. We're gonna have bone marrow on the grill. Really? We're gonna have a very specific stand, a booth, selling bone marrow. Interesting. With tortillas, some onions. Wow. It's gonna be so tasty. I recommend it to you guys. We're having also choripanes, Argentinian. There's an Argentinian guy coming who's gonna have a few stuff on the grill. Choripanes, pierna, ribs also. Talking about ribs, we have a Puerca Chula from Nuevo Vallarta. It's a very new restaurant. The barbecue style, the brisket, pork belly, sandwiches, etc. They will bring that part, like barbecue there, like the traditional style of the barbecue. We're having also ceviche and aguachile, of course. We need it in the in the beginning of the event, when it's a little bit hot, we're having something fresh. Ceviche, aguachile, tacos, of course, the bone marrow. We're going to have also some other vendors with, ice cream.
Yeah.
Artisanal ice cream, too. Water, artisanal water without alcohol.
Right,
it's
right,
not everything about the craft beer. We need something always to refresh because it's going to be a hot day for sure. So we're going to have some water also. Interesting, we're having tacos de Cecina. You might guys don't know Cecina. It is like flank steak but very thin.
Mm-hmm.
And you just grill it for a minute, 2 minutes, and it's done. And it comes from Morelos, another state from Mexico, almost in the center, close to Mexico. It is Cecina from Yecapixtla, Morelos, and Longaniza, which is a sausage. So interesting, also a very good recommendations for you to try something new, something different that is not like from Puerto Vallarta. So it's, also international food. I try to have a little bit of everything, creating like the perfect pairing, because we're having over than 100 different kind of brew, over than 100 different style, different kind of beers and style. Because we're going to have lagers, IPAs, dark lagers, bock, stout, porter, milkshake IPA, Napas, which is like it's like, how can I say it now? It's like, I don't know, it's like what is happening now.
It's the new thing, huh?
The new thing, exactly.
Yeah.
The new thing about craft beer is, and of course because it was summer, was the summer season, a lot of breweries they were doing like very tropical beers. So Napas, milkshake IPA, so something interesting you will find this year in the Brewmaster. So it's over than 100 different kind of beers with all these people. So it's making bigger every year.
Yeah, wow. How about entertainment? What are you going to have as far as music and dancing and all that other good stuff?
Well, we're going to start Saturday and Sunday. We're going to start both days with some rock. We're going to have a rock band playing live, Spanish, English, rock, international a little bit. Then in the evening, we're going a little bit more like rhythm and blues, reggae, ska. And by night, actually Saturday at 7 p.m., we're having Sal de Mar. It's these young guys from Puerto Vallarta. It's very popular band in the last 2 years. So they play like reggae, ska, it fits totally for Vallarta.
Perfect, and perfect for that kind of a festival too.
Something that makes you dance,
Yeah.
After Sal de Mar, we're having from 9 to 11 Azul Darío, which is also a young DJ. It's growing so fast here in Puerto Vallarta. Actually, he plays in all around the bay, in the OW Hotel, in Sayulita, Vallarta, etc. He has few spots playing now. So Azul Darío is gonna have a DJ set, but he's playing a little bit more tropical, like cumbia, a little bit Mexican cumbia, something makes you dance to close the first night. And Sunday at 1 p.m., which is the starting of the event, we'll start again with some rock and roll. Then we go again with some DJ. We're going to have some disco music, rock and roll. And by night, we're having also a tropical DJ set for close the night until 11 p.m. Basically, it's going to be Saturday and Sunday, 16, 17 of November, from 1 p.m. to 11 p.m.
So you're going to be, where are you going to be?
Well, the third edition will be at the same place as always, the Instituto Vallartense de Cultura, right at the end of the Quale Island. If you guys know Encanto, you take that part, take to the right hand, and when the mountain, going to the mountain side.
Go back, go towards go towards the back,
exactly.
back of the island.
Exactly. See, right at the end of the island, we're having the Brewmaster. You just look for it on Google, Facebook, wherever. Instituto Vallartense de Cultura. You will see the map. You will have the main address. And
if you guys don't know where that is, don't worry about it. I'll have a map in the show notes, and you can see it at www.puertovallartatravelshow.com, and it'll be in this particular blog post. And of course, I just have to thank you so much for coming back again. I mean, I can't believe it. Number 5, 5th visit to the podcast. That's pretty cool. Edgar, thanks for coming on. Yeah, thanks for coming on the show. Thanks for telling us all about the event. And, you rock. You really put this thing together. I'm really impressed with all of your events that you do.
Thanks, Barry. It's always, a pleasure to see you, to have a conversation, and, of course, to spread the word a little bit with all your listeners all around the globe, because I know it's going bigger. Your project also, I'm happy for your project, because I always see lots of local restaurants and people joining to your project, so it's good. What we are doing is promoting what we have in Puerto Vallarta and make some exposure all around the globe.
That's
United
right.
States, Canada, Europe, everywhere where now the power of the internet and the social media is going, so we try to be there to bring people to Vallarta and, have some good entertainment and good things to do.
Absolutely. And thanks to you, we got a couple more. I appreciate it.
Sure, Barry, always a pleasure, and thanks to you guys.
All right, Edgar, thanks for filling us in. And, I'm going to remind you next week, just in case you forget between now and then. But if you're in town, just make sure that you get over to the event. It's Saturday, November the 16th and Sunday the 17th. So drink up. Okay. Now, if you sent me an email and didn't hear back from me, I want you to try again. I checked my spam catcher the other day, and I noticed that a lot of your emails are sitting there in my spam catcher. So if you sent me emails over the last few months, and if you have not heard back from me, please, try again. Send it again. My spam box, unfortunately, empties automatically every 30 days. So if you sent me emails, they have disappeared. So please try again. I'm very, very sorry. I always answer my emails. The whales are back in the Bahia, and they've returned to mate and to give birth and give us all a really, really great show. The season begins right about now. Actually, it begins the beginning of December, but they start arriving now. They don't have calendars in the ocean, you guys. And the season actually lasts until the end of March, so just make sure that when you're in Puerto Vallarta, look at the ocean. Look out on the ocean. You never know. You might catch one breaching or, flapping a wing. Whatever they do. Take their tail and whack it on the water. We've talked about that. And maybe you might want to catch a tour. Maybe get a closer look if you can. Remember, get a legal tour. Okay. I found an article in the Mexico News Daily. It seems like your Mexican tortillas might be going up, way up in price. Let me check this out. Let me read you the article. Big hike in tortilla prices predicted as native corn debate continues. A law intended to protect native corn could threaten hybrid varieties. This was published Tuesday, November 5th, and it reads, the price of tortillas could quadruple if Congress passes a law to protect native maize, because it would pose a threat to the production of hybrid corn, farmers and lawmakers warn. The Senate has already passed a draft version of the federal law for the promotion and protection of native corn, but debate is continuing in the lower house. Federal Agriculture Undersecretary Victor Suarez Carrera said in September that the law won't affect the production of corn using hybrid seeds, stating that the only prohibition will be on genetically modified corn. However, the Rural Development Coordinator at the Secretariat of Agriculture acknowledged this week that the law could threaten production of hybrid corn and said that modifications are needed. The main mandate we have is to guarantee food supply for all Mexicans. It's impossible to say that we'll be able to produce 44 million tons of native corn, Salvador Fernandez said. National Action Party lawmaker Absalon Garcia who is also a hybrid corn producer, said that the native corn law could threaten 70% of national production. The reduction of corn production could logically cause prices of basic foodstuffs to go up, he added. The National Agricultural Council and some lawmakers warned that tortilla prices could increase from 15 pesos a kilo to 60 pesos if the law is approved. CNA President Bosco de la Vega claimed that the legislation goes against the government's own plans to support the achievement of food self-sufficiency. We are working on the most important program that the president has approved, Maíz para Mexico. This law places the program at risk because it's ambiguous, he said. De la Vega said that Mexico currently produces 59% of all corn that's consumed domestically, but explained that the figure falls short of the recommendation of the United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization, which says that the country should aim to meet at least 75% of demand. He said that Mexico should take advantage of scientific advances in corn production. Ana Lilia Rivera, a senator with the ruling Morena Party and part of the collective Sin Maíz No Hay País, without corn there is no country, denied that the law will affect hybrid corn production and push up tortilla prices as a result. People can continue producing hybrids. We've never been against that, she said. Science can continue advancing, but under the principle of precaution, you'll have to prove that your seeds don't do damage, Rivera added. The senator, one of two main proponents of the native corn law, said that hybrid seeds are often accompanied by the use of glyphosate, a controversial herbicide whose effect on human health is hotly contested. So, anyway, we will keep an eye on this issue. This would be pretty nasty if the prices quadrupled for what is a basic staple right here in Mexico, the Mexican diet, of course. So, no bueno. Stuff like this starts revolutions, so we'll keep an eye on that, okay? All right, let's get to the Ocean Grill. Now, there are several things that you must do when you come to Puerto Vallarta. We've talked about this with all kinds of people. One of them is to get on a public bus. Get out there and travel with the people. And if you do take one bus, the one bus ride that you need to take should be either one to Mismaloya or to Boca de Tomatlan. There's one that goes south to those beautiful beaches in Puerto Vallarta. I've talked about it, and you've heard about it from a lot of people, like I said. Another thing we've talked about with many of my guests is that you need to get on the water, and you need to get in a panga. Well, this place that we're going to go to today, the Ocean Grill, is what you would call a destination restaurant. It's not a place that you go to on the spur of the moment. You need to plan this one out. You need to make time and take time to experience it. The first thing you need to do is you're going to need to make a reservation. You make one online. Then you have to get yourself to a pier. The pier over at Boca de Tomatlan at a prescribed time in order to be picked up by the Ocean Grill Panga. And like I said, you need to slow down. You need to relax. You need to enjoy this Puerto Vallarta experience. It's going to be great food. It's going to be great drink. It's going to be a terrific view of the prettiest little beach in Mexico. And, of course, that boat ride. Now, I was contacted by my buddy, Bob Price. You know him from the Vallarta Botanical Garden. And he asked me if I ever have interviewed Ernesto over at the Ocean Grill. And I said no. But if you know Ernesto, Bob, do me a big favor and introduce me. I'd love to get an interview there. Yeah, I've been wanting to do an interview for a long time over at the Ocean Grill. So what I found out about Ernesto, and what you're going to find out, is that this guy is very interesting. He's a talented man. He's multifaceted. He's creative. He's imaginative. I'm sure you're going to like him. I know that I did. So how do you get to the Ocean Grill anyway? Well, you can either take the bus that takes you to El Tuito and the Botanical Garden from the corner of Aguacate and Carranza, or you can catch the Mismaloya bus over on the corner of Basilio Badillo and Constitution. Either bus will take you to Boca de Tomatlan, and the cost will be about 30 pesos, or about $1.50 US. From the bus stop at Boca de Tomatlan, you're going to walk down a steep road. Make sure you keep to the right, and that will lead you to the Boca de Tomatlan Pier, and that is where you're going to find the Ocean Grill Panga waiting for you at your prescribed time. The ride is only 5 minutes, so hold on tight as the boat glides out of Boca de Tomatlan, goes around the point, and into the next cove, which is Colomitos Beach. And then there to the left side of the beach, over on the hill, you will see the Ocean Grill. The Panga will drive right up to a private pier where you will step off and enter this beautiful restaurant. So now that we've just done all that, we've gotten you there, let's go right now to a table right in the middle of this beautiful restaurant, overlooking the prettiest little beach in Mexico. And let's meet the owner and creator of this cool establishment, Ernesto Paulsen of the Ocean Grill, Puerto Vallarta, and Cabo Corrientes. Ernesto, thanks for coming on the show today.
Thank you very much.
Tell us about yourself. Where are you from, and what was your path that led you here to Puerto Vallarta?
Well, I was born in Mexico City. I have a beautiful family. I was living near Mexico about, it's called Valle de Bravo. Then in a family trip, I came to Vallarta, first time about 12 years ago. And since I came to Vallarta, I love it. We came by car, so when in the way back, I send it back by plane, my family, and I drive all the way back through the road to go south. And I found this little beautiful place here. I just stopped in Boca de Tomatlan. I left my car there, and I stopped walking, crossing the river, walking all the way to the beautiful beaches called Colomitos. Since then, when I knew that beach and I see all this beautiful place, I told myself, I really want to get living here. I love this. And it took me almost a year to realize the people of the town, the ejido, and how to work it out. And finally, I bought the spot.
Wow. Okay, so that was a year process, and you dealt with the ejido, and they gave you permission to build?
Well, I bought the place, and then I started permits to get all the constructions. In the beginning, I just started my house, a little palapa with a little pool that you just saw a few minutes ago. And 1 or 2 years later, I thought, hey, I have to do something here. And I started, building my restaurant. And it was really, really a mistake for everybody. They thought I was crazy. What are you doing here? Nobody's going to come.
But they did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was about 8 months of construction. It was a really, really tiny restaurant in the beginning.
Yeah.
And actually, I didn't do anything of promotion. Just I opened it, and everybody that was walking through the beach or from town to town, they saw the place. They stopped by, and by mouth to mouth, they started getting here.
Yeah. Wow. All right. So word of mouth was your first bit of promotion for this restaurant.
Yeah. That was all. I didn't do anything.
I know, because, if you're coming down here, and let's say you're just taking that hike and you're heading down to Las Animas, for example, and you come to the most beautiful beach in all of Mexico, which is Colomitos here.
It is.
And then they looked over here and they said, well, there's a restaurant over there. Right? That how it all worked?
Yeah, exactly.
You were, to build this place, you needed to go, everything had to be done by boat, didn't it?
Everything by boat. Actually, they call pangas. Here in town, there's a little motor with the panga, and that's the way we carry all the wood, the bricks, the steel, everything you want to bring. Actually, the food, everything.
Even the food, right. And you got to do that every day. So tell us a little bit about the menu here. What do you serve?
Well, the best thing that we do is everything by shark. That's the start. And we do the catch of the day. Sometimes it's mahi, some of the times it's red snapper. The octopus is the best seller. We have 3 or 4 different sauces we combine with all the dishes that we make. So it's easy to decide, actually, even the shrimps, the fish, the octopus.
They all have similar, they all have similar toppings.
Similar tapas, exactly, yes.
Yes. Now, you need to make a reservation to come here, don't you?
Everything by reservation, yes.
Okay, and then that's done, just go online, you go to
you go online
Ocean
to
Grill.
Ocean Grill, Ocean Live Love Grill, or you go to Open Table, and you can make a reservation by there, and that's the way it is.
And that's the way it's
we
done.
have 3 sittings in low seasons, and we have 4 sittings in high seasons.
Okay.
That's why 11 o'clock, 1 o'clock, and 3 o'clock. And we are going to start dinners from December to April.
Excellent.
That's
So the
gonna be
dinners are like from when does that start? When do you have to show up for the boat?
45 minutes, 50 minutes after your appointment. If you're going to be sitting at 11 o'clock, you're going to be there 10:45, and my panga is going to be picking you up there.
Yeah, and they got a very nice panga, you guys. It's very stable, so you don't have to worry about that. This view, when people come here and they get on this trail. Let's say they come up here and they don't have a reservation. You just kind of gently let them down.
Yes,
them, hey,
something we are really booked up, so it's really hard to get a reservation in high seasons. In the low season, we make exceptions and we let people get in.
Yeah, how many people can you seat now?
50.
Because before it was
50 plus the bar, so another 20 people in the bar.
Uh-huh.
But we try to make it 50, otherwise it's going to be more crowded, and we only have 1 bathroom.
Right.
The best bathroom in town.
I love that bathroom. I got to tell you about this bathroom. You climb up some stairs from the restaurant itself, and then it takes you up the side of the hill there, and then not only do you have a bathroom, but you got a bathroom with a view.
That's the point. You have the best view.
And don't worry, if you're looking up, nobody can see you from down here up there. So, was that difficult to do? Was that difficult to put a bathroom in here?
Well, everything was difficult to do. But you have to manage it, and you have to do it.
Yeah, you have to make it work.
Uh-huh.
Wow. You've seen a lot of things. You've been here a long time. What is the craziest thing that you've ever seen, like one of your customers do around here?
Well, I have some beautiful places where you can jump. You can go through the water.
Oh, you can?
Yeah.
All right. So that's what you've been seeing. You see guys, do cannonballs from up on a cliff or something, right?
Exactly, yes.
That's very cool. What are your price ranges as far as when you come here? You come here, you wait for the boat, right?
Uh-huh.
And they take you. And then what are we talking about? For your dinners and lunch? I'm sorry, for your lunches.
For lunches, about maybe around $30 per meal.
Yeah, that's great.
Between $40.
Right, right. Very good.
And dinners are going to be a little bit higher because it's very high end.
Yeah.
But we have really good wines. We have the best, the catch of the day, the shrimps. We have the U6, the big ones. Are about 80 grams per shrimp. They're really
heavy,
big.
Big, yeah. I got a picture of Ernesto holding up some shrimp. You guys will you guys will look at that and go, wow. That's pretty big.
They are.
You were saying that you had some rogue wave come in and take out your kitchen downstairs, and that's why you're upstairs now for a while?
In Mexico, it's called mar de fondo. I say that. There's some big waves that come, and you cannot handle it.
Yeah. So that must have been quite an
issue. You have to
event.
rebuild everything again.
Sure. And you got to worry about your kitchen. You got to
kitchen,
start
the
off
wood,
with
everything that is around. That's part of a deal here.
Yeah. So you are kind of. How did everything work out during the big rains that we just had? Did you have a lot of water coming down the?
Oh,
the little stream
2
you got
weeks
here?
ago it was a lot of rain because it was a hurricane.
Yeah.
But it wasn't was only the rain that the hurricane left. Big rivers around. So.
Yeah. So we're okay here. There's a little river coming into here, right?
It wasn't 2 weeks ago. It was a big river. Actually, you cannot see the beach anymore because all the river took all the sand to the ocean.
Took it away. All right. So there you go. So Got to remember that when you
Yeah.
hit Colomitos.
Well,
right?
no, and when the waves start coming, all the sun's going to go back again.
It'll be back.
It'll be back.
Okay, all right. You've seen this happen before, have
Yes.
you, Ernesto?
Yes.
Good. Well, that's good to know.
And I don't know if you've been here in December and January, where the water is very cold. You can see a lot of whales.
Yeah.
And actually, the whales come all the way through the beach of Colomitos and go all the way, or north or south.
Cool. So, yeah, if it's a whale watching season, this is a great place to have a little something to eat and just look for them.
Look at the whales, exactly.
Wow. What would you suggest to somebody who is coming here? How do they prepare to take the trip to come here? What do they need to bring with them to, what kind of clothes should they wear? Should they bring bug spray? That kind of thing. What do you think?
A bathing suit. That's for first.
That's all you need, right?
And, it's an adventure all the way here because even grabbing the bus from town to Boca de Tomatlan is nice because you can be with the people of a town. You can feel the place. It's a new way to get here. And then getting all the way to the Boca de Tomatlan, you can grab the pier. You can stop in the pier, and my panga is going to pick you up and take you all the way to here, the Colomitos Ocean Grill.
Yes, yes. You have a beautiful Great Dane here. What's your Great Dane's name?
Oh, that's Wilson.
Wilson.
Yes. I used to have one since I opened the restaurant. It was the first Wilson. He passed away almost a year ago. So this is the new generation.
Wilson,
Well, actually,
Wilson
it's Wilsonia because it's a she.
I was going to say, yeah, Wilsonia was missing something that Wilson had.
She's part of my life. She actually, wherever I walk, she's like a shadow. She's with me all the time.
Well, she's a rescue, isn't she?
Yes.
Wow.
She's part blind in one of the eyes, and they didn't like it, so I got it here. And it's here with me.
Her. Good for you. Good for you. Well, I can tell that she just loves you to death. She really does, and she can tell that you rescued her.
Oh, you can see it over here. It's always near me.
She's right near you. That's right. She's under my feet too. I love it. I love it. I love dogs. When people come here, they sometimes take the boat. Sometimes they hike. So when they come in all sweaty and say, "Hey, we're here for lunch."
We have hot.
What do you have for
we
them?
have cold towels, and you're gonna be.
You'll take care of it. You'll take care of them.
Yes,
And you won't look down at them and say, "You look like a wet dog." You won't say that, right?
No. And when you finish the salt pool, you're gonna like it.
Ah, good. Okay, so he's going to have a salt water pool here. I'll take pictures of it. What it looks like now.
Right now, it's just in process.
All right, I won't take pictures of it yet. I'll take pictures of it when he's done with it.
I will send you pictures.
Ernesto, send me some pictures, okay?
And in high season, it's going to be the catch of the day.
Oh, you're going to have the catch of the day in the pool?
Lobsters.
Are you going to be able to swim with your catch of the day? Is that what you're going to do?
Depends what kind of fish I have there. If I have some sharks, no.
No. No shark. No shark. Do people come here, eat, and then continue on their way to Las Animas? Do you have that ever happen?
Yeah. Sometimes they go to the botanical garden, and they come here to get lunch.
Ah, okay.
And from here, they go all the way to Las Animas, or to Boca. That's a beautiful walk.
Yeah, there's lots of hiking. There's lots of hiking here, you guys. So for those of you who are really active, it's a great thing to do.
And bird watching too.
Bird watching too?
Yes.
Wow.
You can see a lot of animals around here.
Yeah. Wow. All right, let's go away from the Ocean Grill just for a minute. Let's go to Puerto Vallarta because you've been here for a long time. Do you have? I like to ask my guests to kind of give me their favorite breakfast, lunch, and dinner spots in Vallarta. You have a favorite breakfast place over there?
Yes, it's a place it's all the way in Marina. It's called Amadeus. I used to go every day. Amadeus.
Uh-huh.
It's in the Marina.
Okay.
And I like Joe Jack's for lunch and dinners. They have really good food.
What do they have at Amadeus?
Amadeus,
just the regular breakfast fare?
Yes.
Are they just open for breakfast?
Really, the best coffee. That's its spot first.
Really?
Really good coffee, and everything is good, Yeah. Everything you want to get, really.
Excellent. All right. If you were going to leave town for a day and go somewhere and come back, besides here Colomitos, where would you go?
I love San Sebastián del Oeste. You been there?
Yes, sir.
I think that's my favorite spot because when the weather is really hot here, over there the weather is really nice. Cold, nice,
Yeah.
an old town, beautiful views.
Very refreshing area.
Yes.
When you go up there, do you have a special place you like to eat?
There's an Italian restaurant. I don't know the name of it, but I really like it. They have good wines. They have nice food.
Montebello.
Montebello, yeah.
Montebello.
Yeah, it has a nice view.
Very nice. Yeah, and the food is great.
And the food's great.
It is
Not expensive.
Real
and it's nice.
Italian. Real Italian.
Uh-huh.
It's and he goes down and shops in Vallarta once a week and brings things up there. And
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, there's another restaurant that I like. It's called Asian. Asian. It's Asian food.
Right.
Really nice, and it's exactly in the marina too. Really, really. It's a tiny restaurant. You're gonna like it.
Yeah, very good. All right, these are very good tips. I haven't heard of either one of those in the marina. That's for sure. If you were going to go away for 3 days, like a 3-day weekend, where would you go? Back to Mexico City?
No. Well, I like Mexico
Ernesto.
City. Yes, I like Mexico City. I love it. They have good food. They have good shows. They have a lot of things.
Yeah. Well, where would you go?
For 3 days.
Yeah.
Well, I love Valle de Bravo. It's called, Toluca?
No,
it's
tell
about
me,
half
tell me.
an hour from Mexico City. I used to live there for 20 years. They have a beautiful lake, the great trees and forest around.
Yeah.
The
Nice.
golf is really good.
Nice. And golf?
And golf, of course. Yeah. It's a different.
Yeah, you don't see any golf.
ambience.
You don't see a whole lot of golf here
No.
in Vallarta. A couple of them, if you want to golf with the crocodiles.
Yep.
If you had a word of advice for a first-time visitor that's coming to Puerto Vallarta, what would it be?
Well, first, I think walking through the town, the old part. They have beautiful restaurants, the streets. I think that part's nice. And I can recommend Sayulita if you like surfing, you like to be like in a different part of Vallarta. It's
It's a different environment, isn't it? There,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Smells really good. I understand too. It smells like weed. I'm sorry. Did I say that? All right.
It
Yeah.
is.
Yeah. It's a great place.
Uh-huh.
All right. If you had a word of warning for somebody, wanted to let them know that something might be dangerous to do or dangerous to go, what would you say?
I don't think Vallarta is dangerous. If you don't go crazy places, I don't know. I will never do it. But I think if you're going to be in Vallarta, all around the coast, I think it's pretty safe.
Yeah.
Get a taxi. Don't go to the parts of up hills and
Right. Don't go up into the
the jungles.
up into the jungles, right? All drunk
You can
and looking
find
for
a jaguar around there.
looking for something. You might not find what you're looking for. What kind of hobbies do you have?
Oh, I love the art. I love painting. I love sculptures. I love making jewelry. Cooking
Really?
is my passion too.
Yeah. Oh wow. All right. So
And actually, I have my gallery there in the marina.
you do?
Yeah.
You have a gallery.
Maybe you have a time later on.
I'll go and take
you're
pictures.
gonna like it. Yes.
I'll take some pictures. Tell me what the name of the gallery is.
I don't know why it says Paulson.
How did that happen?
Paulson
how long,
Studio.
How long did it take you to think of that one,
I don't know.
Ernesto?
They know me by Paulson. That's the spot. So,
Yeah.
and I have my place where I paint, where I do my mess. You're gonna like it.
Yeah.
It's
All right.
exactly in the marina. One view of the street, another one by the golf course.
Very good. Yeah, when I walked in here, Ernesto pointed to a painting that he has here that he made with chilies.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Wow, I mean, it's remarkable. Is it going to be here? Are you going to leave it here, or are you
It's
going
gonna
to
be
sell
here.
it?
Yeah.
Are you going to be selling it?
No, it's gonna be here. Yeah.
All right. Well, then look for it when you get here. It's remarkable. I'll take a picture of it so you can look for it, of course, in the show notes. And I'm going to take pictures of this beautiful restaurant and the surrounding place. I'll even show you the bathroom, and you can find that at www.puertovallartatravelshow.com and just look for the Ocean Grill episode.
Let me tell you something crazy.
Yeah, I
I
wanna
just
hear.
got 3. I don't know if you know Danny Manini.
Yeah, sure.
That's a really good friend of mine, and he just asked me 3 months ago that he was in the restaurant. Hey, I need somebody for a Mamma Mia show,
Yeah?
and I'm one of the dads of that whole.
Dude, you're
And
doing
I'm
it?
going to start it at 29. That was a crazy idea. Since I got the scripts, I thought it's going to be impossible to memorize it and to sing it and to make all the choreographies.
Yeah.
And it's in my mind, everything.
And you're doing it, aren't you?
Yes.
Oh, wow. When does it start?
It starts the first show is going to be the 29th of this month. It's going to be for 7 months, 3 days a week.
Wow, that's quite a commitment, Ernesto.
I didn't know what's going on, but I say yes.
You said yes.
I say yes. And I'm happy, you know.
That'll teach you, brother. You don't want to you be careful when you say yes next time.
I promise.
Wow. All right. So, have you done any acting before?
Never in my life. I never sing. I never memorize anything.
Really? But you have a great voice, I imagine. Yes.
I just find it.
Okay. Yes, I have a good voice. They told me it was working good.
Well, you're going to be a critic of my voice there.
I know. I am not. I am not a critic. Believe me, I am not. Well, cool. You know, when you start that, make sure we get a couple pictures from that too.
I'll send it for you.
I would love it. I want to post that in the blog post too.
Yeah,
so.
because Danny and all the people that are working with him and myself, really, they're making a really good effort.
Yeah,
they're putting 100% of their. It's a commitment.
It is.
I never knew what was going on there. Right now, I cannot say no.
No. Well, it's kind of it's a lot of fun.
It's really fun. I'm finding like a new family, new friends.
Yeah. People in the theater are very warm and
yes,
and very
something new for me.
Sweet people. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, well, good. Look at you, man. What plans do you have for Ocean Grill? Do you have any kind of more plans other than that swim pool?
Yeah. I'm building a hotel. It's
You
going to
are?
be Ocean Grill Hotel.
Wow. No way.
Actually, if you can just turn around up there, you can see part of the construction.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the beginning.
That is the beginning.
You can see 3 rooms over there, and that's going to be part of the
part of the deal.
Hotel.
Wow.
The pool that you saw over there is going to be like the pool of the guests, and
that's going to be amazing. How many rooms are you going to have?
From the beginning, about 10. It's going to be maximum 15 rooms.
Yeah.
It's going to be by 2 or 3 years making it. I'm not in a hurry. So.
Right. So, how are you going to feed these people? You're going to feed them like that, or are you going to say, "Hey, go on into Boca"? What are you going to do?
No, I'm going to make a special restaurant for them. And Ocean Grill is going to be like a second spot to get dinners or lunch or whatever they want to do.
Oh, what a great idea! This is going to be very cool.
It's going to be nice, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, when you get those done, I want pictures of that too.
They're going to be my guest.
All right. Very cool. Wow. What an amazing view from your room to be able to look at the most beautiful beach in Mexico. And when the beach comes back, you'll be able to see
a beautiful beach. A very big beach.
Right now we see a lot of rocks and a little itty-bitty beach.
Mm-hmm. And if you like sailing, this is a very good spot all this bay.
Yeah. All right. So you'll be able to have... now, are you going to allow other pangas to come and pick up and take people away?
Yes,
or are you
of course. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Many people come in their boats and they just park them in front, and my panga bring them to my dock.
Excellent. When do you think those will be completed? Do you have any idea?
At the end of this year... Well, no, I'm sorry. At the end of next year.
Yeah. So another season.
And next season's going to be open.
Good. All right. Cool. All right. Well, I'll come back.
You're going to come in November, and you're going to be my first guest. You're invited.
Wow. All right. Look at you. See, there are benefits for being the host of the Puerto Vallarta Travel Show. You got to love that.
Yes, sir.
Am I missing anything? Is there something that you want to say before we call an end to
I'm
this?
doing some projects here with the government. And one of them is taking care of all the Macaos. Well, some of the Macaos, because we have a lot of sanctuaries near the restaurant. And there's some beautiful trails that go through there. Those are only more private because I don't want anybody to get here. And we're making like a custom nest.
Yeah.
And right now they're living there.
Are they?
Yeah.
They already found it.
Yes.
These macaws are pretty smart.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. What did you do? What'd you put inside there to make them come in?
Nothing, only make it nicest, and they are there.
And they discover it, and they say this is a safe place.
Because where I put them, there's about 10 or 12 different nests around.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of them.
Oh, wow.
A year ago, they cut some trees, so they put the nest all the way down. So that's why I make that project.
Wow, that's
and right
really
now
great.
they're living there, and I'm making more. I'm monitoreando. I am checking every week how many they are, what are they doing.
Wow. So you're an environmentalist, aren't you?
Yeah, I love to do it. Yes.
I was talking with Neil over at the Botanical Garden. He was telling me about how they cut down those trees and
Actually, you do it.
yeah, he told me about that, and so yeah, you're part of that.
I'm part of that. Yes.
Wow. Okay. All right. Can you see them from here?
No, they're far from here.
Farther
About
back
1
in the
kilometer. Yeah. Next time, if you have time, we can walk all the way there.
Okay. Very cool.
I
Very
will bring
good.
my biologists, and we go there, and you can see what we do every time we go there.
Right. Right.
We hide, and then we see how many they are coming, leaving.
So yeah, you gotta be kind of sneaky so that they don't see what you're
they
up
don't
to.
See you.
Yeah. Anything else that you wanted to talk about before you go?
Well, welcome everybody here. I hope when you come to Puerto Vallarta, don't forget to be here because it's a really nice spot. It's Ocean Grill. You're going to love it.
Yeah, and if you do that, you get a chance to satisfy a couple of things that you need to do when you come to Puerto Vallarta. First, you need to eat the local seafood, which they have plenty of. And then, of course, you need to get in on a panga, and you need to get out on the water. And this satisfies both of those. And, Boca de Tomatlan is a beautiful place, too. A lot of people never, get a chance to see Boca, which is an incredible place. And all the pangas are there, ready to take you to any of the beaches that are along here.
And we are in Facebook, we are in TripAdvisor, and Instagram. Well,
Okay, very good. I'll have
Yes.
links to all of those in the show notes. Make sure you check those out. Or go to oceanlivelovegrill.com. Wow, and you can remember that, live and love, right? And the ocean, why not? It's a nice combination.
Yep.
Ernesto, I really want to thank you for inviting me here, introducing me to the Ocean Grill, which I've never, ever been to. I've been to Puerto Vallarta. I've been in Puerto Vallarta for
You have a new home,
30 plus years, and here I am, and it's an exciting thing, and it's exciting to be here and to be talking with you, the man who created this place.
Thank you very much. You're welcome anytime.
All right. Thank you, Ernesto. This man is a busy, busy guy. I have pictures of the restaurant, of Ernesto, of his art, and actually I've got pictures from his performance over at Mamma Mia. Check that all out in the show notes. I have all those. And make sure that when you go to the Ocean Grill, like I said earlier, to make this experience the best experience you can possibly have, make sure you leave yourself plenty of time to get there. Leave some time to hang out in Boca, maybe before you take off. Have a drink at one of the restaurants over on the beach in Boca de Tomatlan. Maybe you can get there really early and have breakfast at one of those restaurants first. Get all primed up for that boat ride and that lunch or that dinner over at the Ocean Grill. But most of all, like I said, leave lots of time before and after your experience so that you're not rushed, so you can enjoy and savor the experience. This is a restaurant destination experience, guys. And it costs a little bit more, but like I said, it checks off so many boxes. It's just so worth it. So next time you're in town, make your reservations and check out the Ocean Grill. All right, well, that should do it for this week. Next week, stay tuned for more on-the-ground reports from Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, with travel tips, great restaurant excursion ideas, and more. But until then, remember, this is an interactive show where I depend on your questions and your suggestions about all things Puerto Vallarta. If you think of something that I should be talking about, well, please reach out to me by clicking on the Contact Us tab and sending your message. I promise I will look for your email in my spam box, all right? And remember, if you are considering booking any type of tour while you're in Puerto Vallarta, you must go to vallartainfo.com, that's JR's website, and reserve your tour through him right from his website. Remember that this is a value-for-value proposition, my friends. His experience and on-the-ground knowledge of everything Puerto Vallarta in exchange for your making a purchase of a tour that you would do anyway. You're just doing it through him as a way of saying, thanks Thanks, JR, for being our guide. It costs no more than if you were going to use someone else, so just do it, really. And when you do take one of those tours, please email me about your experiences. Maybe you can come on board and share with others what you liked or didn't like about the tour. Again, contact me by clicking on the Contact Us tab and sending off a message. And don't forget, he's got his maps, his DIY tours, his revitalized happy hour board, and more. And I have links to all of those in the show notes. Once again, if you like this podcast, please take the time and subscribe to it. Give me a good review on iTunes or wherever you happen to listen to the podcast. That way we can get the word out to more and more people about the magic of this place, Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. So share for sure. And remember, I made it easy for you to, do just that with every episode I create. And if you haven't been to my website, you really need to have a look there. I have links to the places that we talk about. I have interesting pictures and more, all right there in my blog posts and in the show notes for each episode of the show. So check it out for sure, all right? Okay. Thank you, Edgar Rivas from Brewmaster Festival. Make sure you get out there on the 16th and 17th of November. I'll remind you, make sure you get over there on Quale Island. And thank you so much, Ernesto Paulsen from Ocean Grill. Make a reservation, make the time, get out there and experience this restaurant the way that it was designed to be enjoyed. Please make a point of going there next time you're in town. And also remember, they only take cash, so bring pesos. Bring plenty of money, all right? No credit cards. All right. Thank you, everybody, all for listening all the way through this episode of the Puerto Vallarta Travel Show. This is Barry Kessler signing off with a wish for all of you to slow down, be kind, and live the Vallarta lifestyle. Nos vemos, amigos.
De Puerto Vallarta, noche de arrullo en el mar, samba de Puerto Vallarta, noche de amor junto al mar. Solo camino, perno por la playa, me encuentro junto al río, cuando todo está en calma, pronto cae la noche, me brillas Puerto Vallarta, samba de Puerto Vallarta, noche de arrullo en el mar, samba de Puerto Vallarta, noche de amor junto al mar, samba de Puerto Vallarta.